estamos aquí con Carlitos Chicas, destacado futbolista de aquí del noroeste de Arkansas. ¿Te puedes presentar, por favor?
Sí, hola, mi nombre es Carlos Chicas, nací en Rogers, Arkansas, tengo 18 años y soy futbolista.
Muy bien, muy bien. Entonces estamos aquí porque has destacado en el fútbol, sobre todo por tu convocación para la selección de la Sub-17 de Guatemala y también me parece que otra convocatoria deportiva hace poco con un club profesional de Estados Unidos.
Sí.
¿Me puedes contar un poquito qué ha pasado últimamente en tu carrera deportiva?
Bueno, lo más reciente fui a una prueba con Sporting Kansas City en el equipo de la MLS. Entrené con el equipo Sub-20 y pues bueno, eso fue una experiencia muy buena y ahorita en este proceso estoy buscando un equipo de colegio para ir a jugar el próximo año, entonces eso es lo que ando haciendo ahorita.
Bueno, muy bien. Para terminar con esta parte en español, últimamente te entrevisté para la prensa libre y me dijiste que es un gran orgullo para ti representar Guatemala y la selección chapina. ¿Me puedes hablar un poquito de ese aspecto de tu vida?
No, pues como te dije, la última vez que hablamos, es el orgullo chapín, ¿no? Pues es una alegría jugar con la selección de, de, de tus padres, a representar y bueno, no, es una buena oportunidad para mí y estoy feliz con todo este proceso.
Muy bien, muchas gracias. We're going to keep going in English now. Can you tell me a little bit about your soccer career? Where did you start playing? How did that come about?
Well, I started like every other kid here in Arkansas, you play in the activity center, you play rack soccer for a bit, and then with the group of players that we had from rack, we made a little travel team, and from there we just kept growing, going from clubs to clubs, and growing together, and I think that ultimately sets you up for the success because you're around a group of players that you know well, you can connect with well, and whenever you're with people that you feel like are brothers, then you just get those good results. And if it wasn't for the group of players that I've had around me since I was little, then I don't think I would have been where I'm at today.
Okay. And how did Rogers High School come about? I mean, was that how did playing soccer for Rogers High School come about?
I mean, growing up here in Rogers, it's like you have the choice of being, a War Eagle or a Mountie, right? And for me, everyone in my family has been a Mountie, and that wasn't gonna change for me, Ever since I was little, I remember going to games for any one of my family, and just being able to represent myself and wear that Mountie jersey. It's a it's a great accomplishment for me as much as anything else.
Okay, great. We talked about this in the last interview, but how did the Guatemalan national team come into contact with you? How did that come about?
Well, I went to Houston for a game for the first team, and I saw the head coach of the national team. Then he was there, and I just gave him my highlights, and told him like, if you see something in me, I'm ready, I'm prepared, and take a chance on me, basically. So that's how it came about, and I guess he saw something, and yeah.
Okay, so the next question would be how did you get Sporting Kansas City interested in you? Did they see highlights, or did they come looking for you, or did you look for them?
I reached out to them because from going from a national team, I think I needed to sort of see another high level of play, and I thought that being able to train and have that experience with the MLS team was the best option for me. So I reached out to them. I sent them a little resume. I sent them some highlights, and they told me, yeah, come down, come have a trial, and yeah, I mean it was a great experience, and I'm blessed to have been able to go and do that.
How did that trial go for you up in Kansas City?
Oh, it was good. I made a lot of good connections. I met, one of my friends actually plays for the U17s. The U17, his name is Johan
Mhm.
Ortiz, great player, and it was just fun to connect back with him and to see what it was like to be a professional for a couple of days.
Great. At this point, do you think you're closer to making the Guatemalan national team or making Sporting Kansas City?
I mean, both of them were just large processes, right? You never know. You always have to just be ready for whatever opportunity comes your way. And I think that with whatever comes with whoever team, you just have to be ready. You have to be ready in the same way for both. So, whoever comes, whenever it comes, I'll be ready for that.
So does that mean you're still in touch with Sporting KC? I mean, are they going to track your career? Are they going to, are you going to stay in touch with them?
Well, currently my major goal right now is to find a college.
Mhm.
I want to go play college soccer, and if, like I said, if the opportunity comes to go somewhere that's not college, then it comes, and if it doesn't, then college is probably the next step for me. So that's what I'm looking forward to right now.
Okay, you told me in our previous interview that the Guatemalan national team is a long process, and you just got over the first hurdle. Have you heard back from the national team about how you did at that tryout?
Yeah, the coaches, they stay in touch with us. They always ask us how we're doing with our clubs and stuff like that. And you just, again, just have to be ready. Coaches, you never know. There's always going to be cycles where they call players, and if your name gets called, you have to be ready. And yeah, I think the coaches know that every player that was there is ready and hungry, and it's just a matter of time and a matter of will. So.
Okay. So you told me about college, right? Have you narrowed down your options, or have you gotten more options lately?
Yeah, we went to a tournament in Oklahoma, and I received two more options for college, and I'm starting to narrow down my choices, and I think that you'll be hearing an announcement soon.
Okay. Do you have any D1 offers on the table?
Um, there's one, but like I said, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Okay. Okay. We won't get the scoop today.
Yeah.
It'll be upcoming. Great. Tell me about Rogers High School. Do you have a season coming up? What are your goals for this season?
Oh yeah, I mean, we have a month, 2 months away from season. Our first game's in late February, and the goal remains the same as always, right? You always want to win, you want to compete, and for me individually, I just want to help my team get to the places that we want to get to. So, if I can help my team get there, then that's a win-win for me. And yeah.
Okay. Well, we've talked about the Guatemalan national team. Um, can you tell me a little bit about your identity as a Guatemalan American and what that means to you? And do you think it's an advantage or a disadvantage to be binational, bicultural? What do you get from each one of your cultures?
Obviously, I think it's a great advantage, right? Because not only do I get to see the culture in the United States, but I get to see the culture in Guatemala, and I think that my parents have done a good job in allowing me to see the reality of another country, and then allowing me to see like how blessed I am. And I think that yeah, it just helps me, and not only that, but in soccer too, because it opens up so much more opportunities in the U.S. and in Guatemala. And I think that, yeah, I mean, I just want to play, so wherever I can play, it helps, right? And yeah, I think advantage for sure.
As a young up and coming athlete, do you have any advice for other athletes or for kids growing up who play soccer in Northwest Arkansas?
I think the one thing I would say is just work hard. Don't let like someone tell you what you can or can't do. Obviously, if you want to play soccer in the United States, I think grades in school also is a very big thing, because if you want those scholarships, if you want to go to those big schools, you have to have the grades to do that, and obviously just have a humble mindset and just be ready to work at all times.
Yeah, speaking of which, what are your aspirations in terms of college? I mean, you're not just going to play soccer. What are you planning to major in? What are you looking at as a career?
I'm looking to major in sports medicine and or kinesiology, and be a physical therapist or a team doctor. Yeah.
Okay, great. Um, are you excited about the new USL team coming to Northwest Arkansas?
Yeah, I think it's a great thing for Arkansas, especially for Rogers, because it's going to be in Rogers, my hometown. And I think that's going to be really good. I think it's going to open up the game for people here in this area, and I think it's very much needed. And I like the idea of it.
Have you talked to the team management about possibly playing for that team in the future?
No, I mean they still have a couple more years until that's figured out. So I'll probably be in college. So maybe we'll see what happens, right? You never
Yeah, I
know.
guess it would be a source of pride to play for
Yeah.
the USL team
No,
in Northwest
yeah.
Arkansas.
Obviously it would be amazing to play for, the hometown team.
Okay, great. Yo siento que eres muy humilde en cuanto a tus habilidades en español, pero yo creo que hablas bastante bien. ¿Cómo fue que aprendiste a hablar tan bien el español y bueno, cómo desarrollaste tus habilidades en español?
Pues sí, con mis padres, ¿va? Que siempre me han hablado español desde que pues de que estaba chico. Y pues también en la escuela, pues las clases de español ¿va? Me ayudaron también. Sí.
Claro. ¿Tendrás algún saludo para las personas que te están viendo, escuchando, que van a leer el artículo en la prensa libre?
Pues le quiero decir saludos a mi familia, mi mamá, mi papá, mis amigos, mis equipos de Prodigy, de RHS. Ay, saludos.
Bueno, muy bien. Tú vas a formar parte de lo que llamamos las 52 caras de la prensa libre. Es un honor porque sentimos que eres una persona con un gran futuro y queremos acompañarte en tu carrera y que siempre nos cuentes todos tus logros, tus éxitos y todo lo que pasa en tu carrera aquí en la prensa libre.
Muchas gracias.
Bueno, muchas gracias por la entrevista.